Heidi ho, my friends. How are you today? So today I thought we would create one of our first pages in our new journal. Now, I haven't even created the spine for this journal yet because I can't decide what I want to do. So I figured I'd figure that out when I decided what I want to do for the inside of the journal, because honestly, I really don't know. But after I saw this, I think this might be the inside. So anyhow, I've marked my book. You know, I showed you this book that we're going to create out of. So I've marked the book with things that I want to create. See all my little stickies. And I want to combine these two to make something of my own. So I have both of these items, and I have various parts and pieces of these items. So what I thought I would do is kind of experiment. So what I did here was I used these little rub-ons, and I cut out the words, and then I rubbed them on coffee dyed tissue paper. Now, I didn't even know if it would work, but it did. Haha! I was so excited because I had an idea on this. So I've got some coffee dyed. Actually, it is not coffee dyed. I take that back. I took my dauber, and I did this a couple years ago in my vintage photo, and I just drug it across here to kind of give it that vintage look. And then I ripped it into shreds and, you know, did the whole thing with it. So to do what I want to do on here, I need my matte medium. Now, what did I do with it? Hold on a minute. I need this. So we're going to use our gel matte medium. And get my brush. I've been painting today, and we're going to use that. I've got my paper towel sitting over here on the side, and I'm going to use my dragger card. And I think I'm going to use a glue stick, maybe. So, what I want to do first, whoops, the doodles, is get this out of the way. Is I want to kind of give myself a little background here. Now, let you look at these here. So on this, now my background here, I just took 2 book pages and I glued them together. And then these are going to be mounted on one of the pages in the journal. Now the journal is just coffee dyed paper and mixed media paper. That's all that it is. It's just coffee dyed paper and a couple pages of mixed media paper. And I have 2 signatures. So this is just 2 book pages that are glued together. And then it's going to be mounted like this onto the book page. Okay? So I'm going to sneeze. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this one has some green in the background. It's got the fabric that's sewn, but it's also been made into a flip. And then there's the dragonfly. Now here's my dragonfly right here. And I have Fussy cut him out. And then over here, this one, it has got ribbons, and it's got over here, this is, it's got the green in it again, but both of them have some gold. And it's got some paint swatches down here. It's got this down here is tissue paper, and they've both got gold. this little card. It's a little Tim Holtz card here. It's this one. It's attached and then it's sewn halfway down, and it's got some gold paint around it, and then it's attached down. So what I think I want to do is, I can't decide if I want that one or that one. And then the coordinating ones with them that she has is just this one, and then these two, which are the paint swatches, and then this one's just this. So, and I also can't decide if I make one, do I want to make the other in one of the other signatures? So, or do I want to put it, or do I want to put, if I make this one, do I want to put these on the inside cover? You know, so I haven't really made all those decisions yet because I'm having so much fun just creating this little book that, you know, all those decisions, creating and getting paint all over my desk, all those, I haven't finished up all those decisions yet, and I really just kind of am waiting to see how things go along before I make those decisions. So we'll see. So if you guys have any ideas on this, my goodness, I must have gotten paint everywhere because it is everywhere on my desk. I mean, black paint is everywhere. My white tabletop is no longer white, I can tell you that. It is no longer white. I've got black splotches everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to start. Oops. So on here, I'm going to move this stuff here. So I'm going to start here with my green. And I'm just going to squirt just a little bit right here. And I'm just using, what is this? Hauser medium green. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit right there. And I'm just going to take my dragger card. And I'm just going to drag. And I don't want to cover up the words. You know, and I don't want to cover up the page all the way. I just want to drag it like that. And that's kind of all I want to do with it. And then I want to get a wipe, and I want to just kind of wipe this up. And that's it. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a background. So let me grab my wipes to wipe that up. Oh my gracious. If you guys could see this mess, you would tell me to clean it up. But you know how I am once I get started. Let me find them here. Oh my gracious. Now what did I do with them? This is what happens when I'm not in here for a long time. All right, hold on a second. Okay, so everything's wiped up. Okay, so now my fabric. So I'm not going to get out my sewing machine because I can't lift right now. So I think I'm just going to put that right there. And I'm just going to use my my matte medium as my adhesives. But before I put that down, to give me the look of sewing, I am going to use, where are they? Here they are. I am going to use one of my micron pens, and there it is. And I have a brown. Now that's a brush, so I don't think that will work. There it is. I have a brown number 1 and a brown number 5. So let's see which one of those will work the best. I think the number 5 will work the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pen, and normally I do a straight stitch, and I like brown better than black on something like this. So I would take a straight stitch, and if it's sitting like this, I'm going to put it on here and figure out where it would go. I would run it like this, and then I might do, you know, something like this. Just, you know, just because I can. It's mine, and it's my sewing machine. And then I would go back to the straights. So I'm going to hold on to it as I go down. There. Okay. Now, before I do anything else, okay, I don't need that one. So that would go there. I'm pulling everything off here. I know I want this here. And I don't think I want the little one, so I'm going to put the little one in my bowl. I think I want to add some gold to my fabric. And I have some gold paint out. So in the lid of my gold is all the paint that I need. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to dot. I'm just going to add some dots. I need to make sure I get them on there though. And I'm also going to add some onto my other stuff here before I glue it down. Because once that's glued down, it's going to take a while before I can do anything else. And I can dry this paint with my little dryer. And I can go on and add some on here. Just, you know, just because there's no rhyme or reason, I'm just adding dots. I could have done splatter, I could have done, but I want dots. I just like dots. Okay, so I need a paper towel here. Let me clean off my brush. Now, let's put this back on here. Now, I also have this green fabric that I want to put here on the edge. Just to break up. Oops, it's going to go right over some of my dots, but that's all right. That's all right. Now, it won't hurt him. Now I want where the fabric is a little frayed, I want that sticking out. So I'm going to let that stick out a little bit. There we go. Now, I'll go over everything after my paint has dried. But for right now, I'm just going over the fabric. Especially that I'm going over the edges and the actual fabric. Okay. Now, I need to dry this piece before I can go over top of it. But I can put it in place and just let it scrunchy down where it can scrunch. Now, I don't have any adhesive out here, so I can go on and put some out here. And let it go into place. And just let it scrunch into place. All right, it needs some up here at the top, because I don't have any up here. All right, I'm going to get my dryer and dry my paint so I can go on and get the rest of my pieces on here. So you don't have to listen to the dryer. I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go on and put my fabric on. And I kind of lowered you down here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Oops, one of them wasn't dry all the way. Get back up there. Right there. Now, same here. I'm making sure that I'm going over this edge here. Come on. Now, these don't take, these here didn't take me long to do. So, I could very quickly make the other one. And I really enjoyed doing these. All right, so let's see if I can get the rest of that paper sealed before I put my... I was really excited when I figured out that would transfer on there. I didn't know if it would without tearing the tissue, but boy, oh boy. To figure out that it wouldn't tear the tissue. That was really exciting. Okay, so I'm going to go on and put this little guy on here. Now let's see if I can get this on here. And whoops, I twisted his little leg. Oops. Where are you guys? Oh, I want him right in here. And then I'm going to put a layer over the entire thing. where's my paper towel? Right here. And that will seal everything. Make sure everything is sealed. All my fabric. Come on, get down. Oops, get back up there. There we go. Okay, everything is down. Okay, now let's put this on here. Now I'm going to let this dry before I mount it on a page, but I can show you what it would look like on a page. So it would just sit on the page like that, just like that. Now to do the other one, you can do it very similarly. Now, what if I do the other one, I will use this and this. I'll make it very similar, but I'll put it in the other signature. But I will use this tissue, and I'll use this card. And what I'll most likely do with this card is I'll take some ink and I'll make it look a little more coffee dyed. And like I said, right now I can't get to my sewing machine. I can't use it. So I'll do something else with it. I might make around these edges here. I'll use my brown micron pen and make these edges a little more prominent, so that they stand out a little more. And then add some green to the background. I already have the book page put together. And these pages were so old that all I had to do was fold it over. Whoops, I actually tore it. Oh well. That's how old these are. And I'll just tear it like this to the size that I want. Now this is 2 book pages glued together. So you can glue as many book pages together as you need to get the strength that you need to be able to handle being able to do this. I would recommend at least 2 book pages. Don't go any less. Okay, see, that needs to be a little bit smaller. Let's see here. Doesn't have to be exact, but a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's about all right. There. And then I'll probably do maybe some green and gold on this one. That will bring, where this one has the polka dots, I'll do green and gold on it. So there we go. So here's, darn, I just stuck my finger in it. So here's this one, ready to go. And even though it looks very similar, I've kind of done it my way with the backgrounds, the polka dots, the fabrics, And I am going to try to make this one very much different, because I think I'm going to use that one on the interior of my journal, on the inside of the page that we did in the previous journal, previous video, because I wanted to use that one on the inside cover. So I think that might be the next video that you see, or I might just go ahead and make it, because I want to go on and get this spine finished, so we can go on and get our book put together, because I can't decide what to do on that spine. And looking at these, I'm thinking, you know, something maybe like these that has a little more texture, a little more color. You know, that's more my style than what we just did. So, all right then. Well, I'm glad you joined me today, and I hope you have a great day. And until I see you again in the next video here on the Ladybug Journals. Oh, I wanted to tell you again the book that we're working out of. Now, this artist, let me tell you the artist that. Okay, so these items that we're looking at today are by Emily Keller. Okay, these were inspired by Emily Keller, and they're in the July, August, and September 25 magazine Art Journaling. If you want to grab you a copy at a bookstore, or you can order it off of their stampington.com website. I'll include that in the description box below, so if you want to do that. But these were inspired by Emily Keller on page 48 in the magazine. If you would like to create one too, then you can do that. So until I see you again in our next video, ta-ta for now.